What if I told you that the smartest people in the world aren't the ones with the highest IQs? That memory, logic, and processing speed, the things we celebrate, are not what truly separates exceptional minds from average ones. Neuroscience has discovered something that changes everything. The highest form of intelligence is not knowing more, it's knowing how you know. It's the ability to step outside your own thoughts and watch them work. This is called metacognition, and almost no one talks about it because it can't be measured on a test. But it predicts success better than any exam score ever will. Let me explain this simply. Most people think. A few people think about what they think. But the rarest minds, the ones who change industries, build empires, and solve problems nobody else can touch, they think about how they think. They don't just have thoughts. They observe their thoughts. They question their thoughts. They correct their thoughts. A researcher named Robert Sternberg calls this meta-intelligence. The ability to choose between creative thinking, analytical thinking, practical thinking, and wisdom-based thinking, depending on what the situation actually needs. Most people use one tool for every problem. Meta-intelligent people use the right tool. And that difference, it changes everything. Here's the first sign of this intelligence. You catch yourself being wrong. Not after someone points it out, before. You feel the mistake forming. You sense the bias creeping in. You notice your ego trying to defend a bad idea. And you stop, you step back. You ask, is this thought true or is it just comfortable? This sounds simple. It's not. Research from UCLA found that metacognition depends on specific brain circuits, the prefrontal cortex and the anterior cingulate cortex. These regions act like a control tower. They monitor your thinking, detect errors, and override bad impulses. When someone insults you, your amygdala wants to fight. Your prefrontal cortex, if it's strong, says, wait, is reacting worth it? Most people's control tower is asleep. Meta-intelligent people have theirs running 24/7. The second sign, you change your mind. Most people treat their opinions like possessions. They defend them, they identify with them. They would rather be wrong than admit uncertainty. But people with this highest form of intelligence, they update their beliefs like software. New evidence comes in, they test it. If it's stronger than their old belief, they replace it. No drama, no ego, just growth. A geriatric neuropsychologist named Dr. Vivian Clayton defined wisdom as the ability to grasp human nature, which is paradoxical, contradictory, and always changing. That means the wisest minds don't cling to fixed truths. They hold their views lightly. They know that what they believe today might be incomplete tomorrow, and they're okay with that. In fact, they prefer it. The third sign, you feel what others feel without losing yourself. This is where emotional intelligence becomes part of the highest intelligence. Research shows that EQ is a better predictor of career success than IQ. 59% of employers said they would not hire someone with a high IQ but low EQ. Why? Because raw brain power without people skills is useless in the real world. But here's what most people get wrong about empathy. They think it means absorbing everyone's emotions until you drown. That's not empathy. That's emotional fusion. True empathy, the kind that comes with this highest intelligence, means understanding someone's feelings, responding with compassion, and maintaining your own boundaries. You don't become their pain. You witness it. You help if you can, and you stay whole. Now here's the deep dive that changes how you see everything. Neuroscience calls the brain a predictive machine. It's constantly creating models of the world and of itself. Metacognition is what happens when the brain evaluates the accuracy of these models. It compares its predictions to reality. When they don't match, it updates. This sounds technical, but here's what it means in real life. Every time you reflect on why you reacted a certain way, every time you question your own assumptions, every time you catch yourself in a pattern and choose differently, you are literally rewiring your brain. Studies show that metacognition drives neuroplasticity. Each time you evaluate and revise a mental pattern, you strengthen the circuits for oversight and weaken the ones for automatic, unexamined reactions. Over time, this doesn't just make you smarter, it makes you a completely different person. Someone who thinks before reacting, someone who learns before judging, someone who grows instead of repeating the same mistakes for decades. But here's the twist that nobody talks about. This highest form of intelligence has a dark side. When you become too good at observing your own thoughts, you can get stuck in your head. You analyze every emotion until it loses its meaning. You question every decision until you can't decide. You reflect so much that you stop acting. This is called analysis paralysis. And it's the trap of the overthinker. The ancient Stoics warned about this. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." The key word is power, not obsession, not constant monitoring. Power means you use your mind. You don't let your mind use you. Meta-intelligence is not about thinking more. It's about thinking better. And sometimes thinking better means not thinking at all. Just doing, just being, just living. So how do you actually develop this? 3 practices. First, the pause. Before every important reaction, anger, defense, a big decision, pause for 5 seconds. Ask, what am I actually feeling? What story am I telling myself? Is there another way to see this? This one pause, repeated daily, builds the control tower. Second, the weekly review. Once a week, spend 20 minutes alone. No phone. No distractions. Ask yourself, what did I believe this week that might be wrong? What pattern did I repeat that I want to change? What did I learn about myself? This is not journaling for feelings. This is auditing your own mind. Third, seek disconfirmation. Most people surround themselves with people who agree with them. They read things that confirm what they already believe. But meta-intelligent people actively look for evidence that they're wrong. They ask, what if I'm the problem? What if my view is incomplete? This is uncomfortable. It's also how you grow. The Stoics understood this thousands of years ago. Seneca wrote, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Most of our pain comes not from what happens, but from how we think about what happens. Meta-intelligence is the ability to see that distinction, to recognize that your thoughts are not facts, your feelings are not commands, your fears are not predictions, they are data. And data can be examined, questioned, and changed. This is why metacognition is the highest form of intelligence, not because it makes you know more, but because it makes you free. Free from your own biases, free from your own fears, free from the automatic patterns that keep most people trapped in the same life, year after year, wondering why nothing changes. Comment below with one belief you're questioning after watching this. I read every comment. If this video made you think differently about your own mind, hit that like button. Subscribe to Mind Connect and turn on notifications. I make videos that make you think deeper, get smarter, and unlock the parts of yourself you didn't know existed. Share this with someone who overthinks everything. They need to hear this. Because the highest form of intelligence isn't being right. It's being aware enough to know when you're wrong, and brave enough to change.